My father is getting divorced, and I could not be happier. This has been the best week of my entire life. My father divorced my mother when I was 10 years old. There was no cheating or abuse. They were just arguing a lot, so he decided to destroy my family over it. My mother begged for him back and fell into depression for 2 years over it. He forced me to come see him every other weekend. He remarried when I was 13 and had 2 more children when I was 14 and 16. I hated seeing his new happy family when he'd destroyed mine, and he was separating me from my mother when she needed me. I finally had enough and started fighting him every time he forced me to come over, and he stopped. Before, I would just argue with him all weekend, but I started destroying his stuff, hiding his keys so he couldn't go to work, and making him as miserable as I could every weekend. And he stopped. It devastated me to see this man destroy my family but get to recreate one with another woman. I could never have a childhood with a decent, 2-parent home. But he got to have a nuclear family for himself. It was so disgusting to me that he got to ruin a family and just create a new one. I stopped speaking to him, but my paternal grandmother tried to force me to have a relationship with him and then cut me off when I wouldn't. My paternal side of the family stopped speaking to me, except for some of my cousins. It felt like he just kept winning, and I just kept losing. He got to discard his first family like trash and start over with a newer, better version. I found out from one of my cousins that he's getting a divorce. His new wife cheated on him and is leaving him for another man. My God, I couldn't be happier. I feel like justice has finally prevailed. Like karma has finally come for him. He thought he would get a do-over family, and it has fallen apart. I regret not talking to him because I want to see his misery up close. He told me the door was always open years ago when I refused to come over that last time, so I texted him, and he responded almost immediately. I'm going to pretend to want to reconnect just so I can see his misery in real time, and then point out that he's getting exactly what he deserves. Now he knows how it feels to be rejected and have your family destroyed. I'm on cloud 9. I can't stop smiling. I went out for drinks last night with a friend, and she asked me why I was just glowing so much. I never thought I could know happiness like this. I hope he suffers. I hope she drains his bank account even worse than my mother did. I hope he doesn't get any visits from his replacement children. I hope he never finds a new woman. I hope he pass away old and alone with no one by his side. There's no end to the amount of suffering I wish for him. I used to pray for it as a kid. After all these years, he finally knows how I felt at 10 watching him pack his stuff and leave the house, even with me following him and crying and begging him to stay. Only a truly evil man would do something like that, but that's okay because he's finally about to know the loneliness and rejection I felt. God has finally paid him back. It reminds me of my grandmother's favorite saying, God sits high, he looks low, and he doesn't forget anything. Update. I went and saw my dad, and I completely botched it. He wanted me to come to his house for brunch, and I did. I started crying as soon as he opened the door. I didn't even say anything. He didn't even say anything before I started sobbing. Next, he pulled me onto his lap on the couch, like he would when I cried as a little girl, and I started bawling. I cried for over 20 minutes. He just kept whispering, I'm sorry, and stroking my hair. That only made me cry more. Next, we ate but didn't speak except I said I hate you once, and all he said was I know. When I was about to leave, he hugged me, but I kept my arms at my side. Next, he said he would like to do this again next Sunday, and I just said okay. I had all this stuff planned to say, I had rehearsed it. I was going to act very nonchalant and like all was forgiven, then visit him for a few months, learn everything, and then tell him how much I hated him and spread all of his business about his new divorce. I couldn't do any of it. I have been praying for a chance to get back at this man since I was 10, and I finally got the chance. I finally got the chance and effed it up. Not only that, but he got the pleasure of seeing me cry and break down again, and I hate that. I was 10 years old all over again. I'm so mad at myself. I hate that he got to enjoy seeing me in pain again. I'm supposed to be enjoying him getting his karma, but instead he got to see me suffer. Update, I'm not going to reconnect. I still want my dad. I hate it so much, and I hate myself for being so weak, but I still want my dad. I changed my mind. I'm going to go over there tomorrow. I just wish he would explain to me why he left and be honest about it. Really honest. I've been thinking about it all day. I unblocked him, and he called me, and I just cried and cried again. I can't help it. I just can't do it. Even if he doesn't truly love me or thinks I'm less than his other kids, oh well. I'd like to find out why, though. Thank you for watching the video.